Tonight, Andrew Wilson debates a male feminist on force doctrine, patriarchy, and PTSD. Clashing worldviews, hard questions, and no easy answers.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing because of what I call force doctrine. You see, force doctrine works like this. Women always have to appeal to men for their rights. Men never have to appeal to women for their rights because they can take rights by force. I have the entire historic standard behind me for this. Women have never one time physically fought anything ever for rights. Never. They've never physically done it. They've never been able to overthrow an oppressive class.
Wait,
ever. Hang on.
Brenton, there's overthrowing.
Can I make the damn point and then you can respond?
I mean, you can. It doesn't have anything to do with anything we're talking about, but sure, go on.
It does. Here's why it's a good thing. Okay, ultimately, because it's the case that they have to appeal to men for their rights. They have to. There's no choice. If men want to take their rights tomorrow, they snap their fingers and women have no rights. My proof, half of planet Earth, right? Your proof, nothing. My proof, half of planet Earth, they snap their fingers, women have no more rights, and therefore women have no more rights.
Even if women would have to appeal to men, and I don't think that's true. Also, I think there are plenty of women warriors throughout the human history.
No, there isn't.
Ludmila Pavlichenko, she killed like 300 fascists, more than 300 fascists during the siege of
You mean the
Moscow.
famous sniper?
Yes.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Brenton, but all of the Soviet propaganda that came out about their female snipers was proven false. Almost all of the kill counts, were wildly inflated as part of war propaganda.
I wouldn't be surprised, but even one disproves your argument.
No, it doesn't.
If there is a female sniper.
It still doesn't disprove the argument. How would it disprove the argument?
Does.
How?
Specifically, you're giving me that.
Is Pavlichenko going to take on the entire fucking male patriarch and give women their freedom? Women have to do that collectively, and they can't do it collectively against men.
I mean, they can. Just again, what we're
they can't. It's not. They can't. I disagree. They can't do it. They physically are incapable of overthrowing with force males. They're physically. They can't do it.
Then what if every single woman in the world had a gun and every single man in the world didn't have a gun?
We would still win. We would still win.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh yes, we would.
My God.
This guy just wants to twist himself into mental gymnastics, pretend force doesn't matter. But every right, every single one, only exists because it can be enforced by physical presence. And he knows that. It just blows up his entire worldview.
And hang on. Actually, I'll help you with this. I've actually heard this argument. I think it's a fun one. But here, do you agree with me that just loading and operating firearms has a requisite amount of strength required to do so?
I would say that it does, but also women have the requisite amount of strength.
Yeah, have you ever seen one load a handgun magazine before?
Different magazines.
What does it look like, Brenton, when a woman's trying to load a handgun magazine?
Wait,
Brenton, what does it look like when a woman's trying to load a handgun magazine?
Anything.
Because what I'm saying to you is that the strength requirements for you to carry weapons into battle, carry around the type of equipment that you would need to do that.
And the men who don't have any guns.
Yes, the men who don't have okay. Well, because female cops are
female
cops are overpowered constantly, 3-1.
I want to jump in.
We
can talk about this. We can talk about this if you guys want, because I do want to give flexibility on where we go, but I also still want to draw us back to the central question of patriarchy's helpfulness or harmfulness to society.
Yeah. So because men are in the protector position by necessity, I think it's good that they have authority because they need to exercise the authority to protect women who by necessity need them to protect them. That's why I think that why I think it's good.
Right off the bat, you're saying that they need to have authority. Now let's say that they do indeed need to have authority. There are ways to have authority that are outside of patriarchy.
Like
democracy, for one.
Democracy would not be giving men authority.
I mean, if people voted to give men authority, then yes, it would.
Okay. Hang on. Then it wouldn't be a democracy anymore, right?
No, it would still be a democracy. They were just voting only men... particular sex into power for whatever reason.
Okay, wait a second. Anyway, hang on. Let's just make sure. Hang on. I just want to make sure I got this right. If democratically men are voted into positions of power and all of the positions of power are held by men, you don't consider that a patriarchy?
It could be. So
then what you're saying is that women should vote in patriarchy to give men authority to protect them?
No, I'm saying that what you were describing, again, is a ridiculously narrow way of thinking about these things.
You keep saying that as if it means something.
If you want to really talk about this,
I am really talking about this.
It wasn't until recently.
But what's the point here? Let's get right to the point. What does this have to do with what it is we're talking? Yeah, okay, men kill each other more, or kill themselves more than women. And the other thing is, by the way, I'm going to point this out to you, Brenton. This is the funniest fact about all of this. It's actually the case, right, that men and women try to unalive themselves at about the same rate. It's just that men are better at it, and they succeed more often, but they actually try to unalive themselves at a higher rate. The reason I don't actually make the claim that they do, or I don't believe that they actually do, is because I don't think that those women are actually trying to. I think it's a cry for help.
Thanks for watching. If this debate made you think, hit like, subscribe for more uncensored discussions, and drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll see you in the next one.